Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Monday morning, starting off another big week on Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your loyal viewership. Let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and hardworking crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High today 90, low 76. Our water temperature is brought to us by Allco Electric. At the end of the pier there, it's at 90. It's at 86.5 degrees. At this rate, usually it gets up about 88, 89. Every now and then it hits 90, but 86.5. So that's warm. Our Monday moon phase brought to us by the good folks at Panama City Coca-Cola. We're looking at a new moon Wednesday night. So what that means, this is a really good week to go flounder gigging or waiting for flounder. It's going to be dark nights, and it's going to be some really nice flounder brought in this week. I can promise you, they're really growing fast. The big thing about that is, the tide chart this week coincides with the dark night, so that's interesting. A tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Look at the tide today. High this morning, 7:53, so 8 o'clock is high tide, going out to about 7:30 tonight. Strong outgoing tide. Our wind direction today becoming a marine forecast of south-southeast at about 5 to 10. I do want to mention one thing. I didn't get a chance to. I'll tell you what. Let's take a break. We'll come back. I'll show it to you. Let's take a break now. Okay, welcome back. As I was mentioning during the weather, I want to go ahead and clear this. You remember, we always talk about the solstice, and we had the longest day of the year yesterday. Was summer solstice on the 22nd of June. And I got tickled because in the early days of Panhandle Outdoors, I had this chart, and I showed it 4 times a year. Okay, see this chart right here? I would show it. Here, I got a picture of it now. Let's go, just jump to it. Now, this is how things have changed to digital. So on the lower right-hand corner is a summer solstice, and you see the Earth is tilted closer to the sun. Now, this is a basic science right here, but I get tickled every year. I would always go over this with my class, and a lot of them, as seniors, either didn't learn it or had forgotten about it. So we're in the longest day of the year was yesterday, so days are starting to get shorter now, so y'all get some time in there. But I get tickled at how we've changed the technology, how it's sort of improved. It's a lot easier to see that than doing that. Okay, some pictures. Let's get caught up on this right here. This little announcement right here. Check this out. Our good friends at Sea Quarters Marina. I know y'all enjoyed that video. They started doing this the year after they started doing a tournament, having a youth fishing tournament. It coincided that like the week after the big fishing tournament, they just said, let's do something for the kids in the neighborhood. River and bay fishing only from 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock. This is really good. But look at the categories. Speckled trout, well, you see all 8 categories. Pinfish, ladyfish, croaker, a little bit of everything. And they've got it set up now. The first 125 kids get a free rod and reel and a free T-shirt. They register at Sea Quarters, and it's going to be really cool. The register to attend. Let's see, the date of this is Saturday, July the 19th. I'm sorry, I was thinking, okay, this is next month they do it, so July 19th. So anyway, we got it on there, and go ahead and start getting ready for it. Also, Gail bought me a new stand here, so I'm gonna see if I can start using it. It looks more professional. All right, let's get into these pictures. Oh, here we go. See how this works. All right, here we go. My grandson, okay, this is from Stan Kirkland. My grandson, Lane Boggs, 12, caught and released 2 nice bass today. The neighborhood lake in Panama City was fishing with a 12-year-old buddy. His parents are, of course, Derek and Bethany Boggs. He'll be a 7th grader at Holden Activity this coming year. Isn't that a great picture? Big old smile on his face. Look at the neighborhood pond. We talk about these neighborhood ponds. Folks, they have fish in them. You catch that fish, release it, they're going to have a bunch of little baby fish. So how cool is that? Thank you, Stan Kirkland. We'll have to get him on the show. He and Ken got to come back on pretty soon. This is funny. You gotta know, maybe you gotta know these boys in here. This is Jason Ferris, Drew Pollard, and 6 other boys. Jason Strickland, I'll go over names. But what they're doing, if you're ever in West Palm Beach and want to do something different, get with my buddy Lance Tootin and go kill some lizards. So these iguanas are a huge problem down there, eating plants and all kinds. I mean, they're huge problems. They said now they have guided, you can go on a guided hunt on iguanas. Here the boys, Jason, Gina, of course that's his wife, Drew's wife, and Greg and Dalton and Nicola. So anyway, here are the pictures. Look at these things, are huge. And you put them in, you go along, I think from what I can figure out, you go along the canal. And you go along the canal, and what you do, up on the rocks, it has some video, I don't have it set up, but you go along and you take them out, then you retrieve them, and they really want you to, it's like a pest removal. They really want you to get them because they actually fall down out of trees on top of people. The stories I hear about those iguanas down there, Gail has a cousin live down there in West Palm, and it's crazy, but it's like a pest control. All right, let's move on to a couple other pictures. This is funny, Panama City inshore, Matt Smith, okay? Remember we talked about the water temperature? Matt, the water's warming up and so is the speckled trout bite. He's out there every day. He spent his lifetime on the St. Andrew Bay system, and when he has this passion for outdoors, and we're talking about the water warming up, that reflects what we're talking about with our water temperature on a regular basis. That's why we talk about it. All right, hey coach, let me see. This is my guy Nelson. Nat Harris, my neighbor, suggested I reach out to you for possible information. Do you know of any wild game processors in our area that are open during the summer? I have a pig hog problem, and I'd like to harvest a few to keep the numbers down. Okay, so, this is Guy Nelson, okay? Now, here, look at these, first of all, isn't that beautiful greenery right there? But folks, these hogs will take over. They will root up everything, and there's another picture of them. They're healthy looking too, aren't they? And you want to take out a couple. Guy, I might take out more. You might want to take out more than that. They're big old health hogs. So anyway, my point being, I told them I don't know if anyone's open in the summer or not. Any of these game processors. I know we have them scattered out through the Panhandle. If any of y'all are open, touch base with me, and I'll relay the word on the guy to make sure we get that information out to him. Because to get that under control, we need to take care of it. One more quick announcement right here. The FWC, they're going to have a public workshop to gather input for the Gulf Lane snapper. They're really they're saying it's overfished, but it's going to be down in Fort Myers and St. Petersburg. Also, the virtual one, the one we can all watch, will be June the 30th. That's right around the corner. And the bottom line right there, Gulf Lane snapper has exceeded overfishing limits in recent years, leading to early closures. Okay, they're going to change the minimum size from 8 inches to 10 inches and establish a 20 fish per person bag limit, which I think is very reasonable. So anyway, that workshop will be coming on June 30th. So 20 is plenty. We've got 3 or 4 people on the boat. That's 60 or 80 lane snapper. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. You know, one thing about the Panhandle Outdoors, we try to cover the whole segment of the population, from little kids fishing to old folks fishing and everything in between, and all kind of outdoor stuff. And I was at my dental office the other day, getting my checkup and all, and I go to Dr. Kennon's office. Jason Kennon is a dentist now. Branch was his dad. He's retired. Branch was from Live Oak. I was from Quincy. We actually played football against each other back in the day. Didn't know it until we years ago started talking about it. But that's not the point I want to make. The dental assistants there, I know most of them, I know almost every one of them. The whole office staff is wonderful, fun, friendly, and talk to you. And but anyway, Teresa Spillers, well, I've had all of them. Teresa Spillers was talking to me the other day. I was in there last year, but she mentioned a show. I said, I'm always looking for something interesting. She said, Coach, when I came in, I got something for your show you might want to share. She said, when my son, he's grown now, but when he was a preteen, when he was 14ish or 15ish, he was I was just trying to find something for him to do in the summer. I was a single mom. I want him to stay active. I want him to do some stuff. So what she said what he really got into, and she bought him a grill. He got into cooking, grilling, in other words, for the summer. And she said he still loves it now. And that just rung a bell with me. We talked about it for a good while. He would grill. She actually took him to a meat market at the butcher, let him talk to the butcher about the different cuts of meat. So I wrote down some notes. I thought, what a great idea for summertime. You're looking for preteens, something to do. I know we have all kinds of outdoor things, but you can't stay outdoors all day long. So let them learn how to grill, how to use a smoker. And it really is a charcoal grill, electric grill. I wrote down the smoker. She had a big green egg that she bought him, which is anything like that, just let them prepare the food. And it was just I got tickled. It started off with hamburgers and hot dogs, and then like I say, the butcher will give you different cuts of meat, and you can grill it. And then we talked about grilling vegetables, corn on the cob, or getting kebabs. But then we went into shrimp, to seafood, because we like to cook shrimp kebabs and scallops on kebabs and put vegetables in between and just grill and have them a schedule like once or twice a week. You're going to grill something to eat for the family. And I thought, what a great activity. And the thing about it, you're learning a lifetime skill, something that you can do the rest of your life. She says her son still loves cooking out on the grill. I personally have always had a charcoal grill and a charcoal smoker. I'm old school, I know. I have some friends who have these really fancy smokers and pellet chip. My son has one of those pellet smokers, and they cook good. They have a little pan on them. I mean, it's amazing what they do. I just haven't made I guess you can't teach an old dog new tricks when it comes to cooking, but stop and think about doing something like that with a kid in your family or neighborhood that wants to do something cool. And make sure it's safe and all. Show them how to light a charcoal or electric smoker. And get in a smoker. That it ought to be a great combination. I just thought about this. Take them out with that cast net somewhere and catch a mess of mullet, and then clean them and put them on a smoker. Let them smoke those mullet about 4 or 5 hours. And you're talking about something really good to eat. So always some really cool stuff. And another thing, I'll get back to the seafood. They're learning how to clean those seafood, the fish and different things, and how to clean scallops and everything. But that's a big important thing too. But what I was going to mention, cleaning the fish. Let them learn how to clean the fish. And I was thinking about it last night, and I said, wait a minute, I've got a video of my good friend Marion Smith, and he showed us years ago how to clean a speckled trout. Now this is a Bay County fellow, and he grew up fishing, and he just does a great job on cleaning a speckled trout. So it's a little 3-minute video. We're going to watch this and we're going to come back, but it's really a great way to show this to a kid or something like this. Okay, so we're going to show the video, take a break, and then be right back. Okay, folks, I'm here with my good friend Marion Smith, and we have a couple of nice trout. We're going to do a panhandle tip, and last time I was out with Marion, we came back and cleaned his fish, and he has the most unique way of cleaning fish. I said, listen, next time I'm going to bring my camera. I want you to show our viewers how to do it. So, Marion, I'm going to turn it over to you. Tell us how you're going to do it and what you're going to do.
Okay, I'm starting off with an electric knife, and as you fillet them, the secret's to go to the backbone and cut straight down. Stay right on the backbone or you'll waste the meat.
Okay, so you keep the fillet attached.
Yeah, keep the fillet attached to the tail, and then come down. And then you got the perfect fillet here.
That looks so easy.
Turn him over. Turn him over and be sure to not go through the backbone or you can't do it. And if y'all will see how thin the skin is, and you can basically read a newspaper through the backbone.
Okay,
no lost meat.
There's no lost meat at all. The cat's gonna starve to death eating the leftover that, ain't he?
All right, let's try one more, and then we'll call that it.
Okay. All right. So you're hugging the backbone.
You can feel the backbone as you go down it. Just keep the tail of the skin attached, like Winston said earlier. And here again, see how thin the skin is?
Wow.
And you can see the backbone here.
Yep.
The ridge line.
He's working on the backbone there. You make it look so easy there, Marion.
Okay, that's both of them. Then the next thing we'll do is lay it on this cutting board.
Okay.
Cut the rib cage out.
All right. So folks, you see what you're going to end up getting here. So you're not having a gut to fish, scale to fish, or anything. You're getting 4 beautiful fillets of fish.
See, you've got two
Look at that.
very pretty fillets.
That's a great job, Marion. The Marion Smith way.
For fry, cut them in nugget size,
Yeah.
or roll, leave them fillet size.
Okay. Well, that was great, bro. Thank you, Marion. That's a great Panhandle tip for Panhandle Outdoors. Okay, welcome back. Let's take a quick look at our fishing game time today, brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. Our time, 9:56 to 11:56. This morning, tonight, 10:28 to 12:28. I want to add a name, Marty Holmes. Who added a name? I ran into Marty the other day at a credit union, and he wrote his name. He wrote his name on the back of the deposit slip and handed it to me. So you can enter all kind of ways. So if you see you in person, just write it down. And here you go, Marty. Good seeing you. Appreciate you watching the show. I got a couple more pictures to get to. I've been wanting to show this one. This is my buddy down at Howard Creek. He lives up here, but I got a place at Howard Creek. This is Mark Deaton. And Mark is a good outdoorsman when he has time. He said, I went after those flatfish again down here at the river. Had a good day. I lost a few big ones, but that's the way it goes. A good dinner anyways. Now, look at Mark. Y'all know the Deaton family, St. Andrews. His dad, Don Deaton, coached at Bay High for years. Good, hard-working folks there. That's some healthy-looking flounder. Good job, Mark. Okay. I wanted y'all help me out on this. I was wade fishing about 70 to 75 yards off Beach Drive, right down here, and over my waist, and a 6-foot saltwater gar followed my lure home, and then it effortlessly made a complete revolution around my body within 4 feet of me. Now I'm not sure that's Mark England on Panama City Fishing page. First of all, I'm not going to wade waist deep anywhere anymore. When I was younger, I did, but you got to be careful out there. I'm not sure a saltwater gar. I'm not sure what kind of fish that was, but if it was that big, he said it was 6 foot. 6 foot. That's pretty long. It'd be interesting. It could have been. I wish we had a picture of it. Could have been anything. One more real quick. How about this one here? There's a lot of truth in this. The older I get, the more I love to go fishing, and the less I care about if I catch anything. That's true. That's really a lot of truth in that one. Let's see. I do have one more. This comes from Okaloosa Island Pier. We're talking on Friday's fishing report. We started talking about catching king mackerel, and it's a lot of fun catching them off, especially when they're running in the springtime and fall. The run's not quite as big as it used to be, or maybe the fishermen maybe not quite as good as it used to be off the pier. I mentioned also on Friday's show the smoker king, was you put those in a smoker to cook. That's why they got the word smoker. But also another reason it's called as a smoker, because when you hook the big one, that reel starts spinning, and almost they said your reel's gonna catch on fire and start smoking, if you got a big king mackerel on. So that was, I don't know which one came first when I talked about those big kings, but they had a, it's funny how the nicknames and all kind of outdoor activities and fishing, how they're attributed when you go back and look at the history of it. Okay, I have some summer fishing tips. I think I'll wait and go over those tomorrow. I know a lot of y'all are getting out doing some things. I do. One thing that's so important is you really want to fish early in the summertime and while it's still cool. If you fish in the middle of the day, I know some of y'all are, you really got to hydrate and to make sure you drink plenty of water and make sure you have good skin protection. And I used to just look at these old timers that they're working in the fields and all on the farm. And all had a big old wide brim hat, long sleeves, and here I was a young buck. I said, why in the world they dress like that? Now, as you get older, you understand why they dress like that, for the protection from the sun. So really got to take care of yourself, and really, it's the young people that just don't get it, and we were the same way. Also, make sure, you know, if you're out there and if you're wading and have a 6 foot something swim up to you and you're wading over your waist, get out of the water. Just get out of the water. In closing, I want to mention, don't forget to go fishing for that tagged redfish. I still haven't heard of, there haven't been any caught yet. It's amazing, you know, that many redfish has been released. And that many has been, I was thinking about all these guides we have fishing in just the St. Andrew Bay system, St. Joe Bay, Choctawhatchee Bay. They go every day. You would think somebody with them would have actually caught one, but they haven't yet. So they're catching a lot more trout now than redfish. So you got to really, and it's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be caught with a live bait or a lure. And I'm going to try some really next week. Really try to concentrate on hitting some pretty soon. I'm going to work on St. Joe Bay. So if y'all fishing that area, you better get in there before I do. I got to wrap it up for today. Got a good show lined up tomorrow. Got some guests coming in later on in the week. Y'all do something good for someone else today. Have a great day. Enjoy the outdoors. Let's take care of it. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.